Okay, so maybe I just didn't start 11. That's possible.
Download the XML for it.
I thought so. Maybe I got the wrong one. Who knows? Okay. Fix. Everything's up. On the website.
Nap.
Mixer. Feed 1 is down. Well, hang on. Okay, start that. Okay. Now they're all going. I got to make this stuff all stay online and have the right feeds in there. And I don't have that in there right now. So there's mat 2, mat 3, 4, 5, 6, mat 7, and it's going to be mat 11, and then we're not going to have this one. And we're going to have down here cadet finals. Okay, so I need to make sure that all these say on. And then I got to make sure the links are right. So 11. I think Jason messed around with 4.
So we're gonna put these right here.
Yeah. I made like last second faces.
Need your expertise again.
Okay.
Number 2, wireless cards disconnected.
Doesn't need to be.
Okay. Just bring it up. Should be.
Yep. It has a wired connection.
Should have a wired cable plugged into it. Work. Alright. Didn't know that.
You can change it. No, that's the way it's been since second day. Okay, last together first night.
Alright.
So
I always thought they were wireless. The first day they were wireless, right?
Yeah. So when we had the, but when you went and did all the,
Yeah. Alright, well, I'll go bring it up.
okay.
Well, could I ask a favor later?
Yeah.
Can you connect it later? Wireless? No. Bring up the wireless part. The wireless part.
Yeah. Yeah, right click and go to radio.
But it's showing an X, but I did right click and it says disable.
So that's good to go.
Table workers, make sure you're signing in. We want to get started on time. Volunteers.
Always doesn't have a pen on you.
And as soon as possible, we have open. We need to make sure we have so we can start on time. Please check in at the head table.
You got blue balls in there? Yes, we have blue balls.
Oh, wait.
You want to use the Puma side of it or the Wedge side of it?
You got black balls and white balls in there? Thanks. You know, I wasn't circumcised. I wore it.
Too much. Too much. You've got blocks and balls. We're good.
Okay, blocks in the corners. Hey, Mr. Helmer. Yes, sir. Who's daddy on this one? Sandy?
Oh, I got you.
Fuck that. Who's your daddy? What is, I forgot, what is age? Feeling at finals. Oh, well, where am I?
Appropriate wristbands.
Yeah. Although they're uncomfortable and they're not made for adult-sized people. We've been to the gym ever. Oh, phone's on. Let's keep them involved if we did. See, the thing is, when's the day you'll be able to wear these? As close as I can go. There you go. Yes, I used to be a friend of mother conference, but put them on in every tournament. Figured they got for $300 and I was going to run at least once, right? You know I have a special request if I may. Okay. I have a young official who has finished wrestling. He is 16 and cannot work. I talked to Mr. Swisher, and I asked him to put his uniform on to help. Can he hand out medals, maybe do something quasi-official? But
Put him in where you feel comfortable.
He doesn't have to
well, Mr. Swisher said he can't work at all because he's not old enough.
No whistle.
Right, but put in the medals.
Whatever you feel comfortable.
I appreciate it. It's like an ugly stepson to me.
Yeah. And I'm sure.
He's Bud.
Does this look familiar? Oh, I'm using your computer.
I don't know if you recall, but cadet final. Oh, which size of cadets?
No. First, third.
First and second championship.
Oh,
I'm the second guy from the bottom. If you don't remember.
I don't. I remember faces.
Dave Pelsang.
I remember faces.
Names. The sad thing is, I'm the other Dave Pelsang. My son, who started a year before me, was senior to me every year. So junior was senior and senior was junior. Last year at Fargo, we were going to get our FILA together because I thought it would be cool to go overseas with him. And his new job, he couldn't go. So I became senior all of a sudden. But,
Okay, you can go do this.
So each group will assign itself. Then, what you're saying. Okay. I'll be right back if I may.
All right, let's not let these boys crowd the space here. We gotta.
I need volunteers to sign up and stop in so we can get the mats covered. We got a few spots that are still open. We need to make sure we're ready at 9 o'clock.
Have a good day. Stand. That ain't so hot. Yes. I do not see anything. I see balls. I have balls. That's all I have. Oh, well then there we are. You're far ahead of us.
Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany.
Well, I can't stand out wearing a shirt on it. You and I. This gentleman. What, you didn't trust my count?
I'm gonna shut up on that in the second round. Makes it a little bit easier.
Start early.
Well, there's a lot of
Well, what do you mean by that?
No, I think because he counted when I was 17, 18 years old. I wanted to be going to the Marines. And I hurt my back and I couldn't go. Because I was my plan in life. Seriously, you know, your age about 15, you go fight in Vietnam.
Pretty stupid. When some folks drive the ramp.
I know it.
We're gonna award medals.
She's gonna try it. She doesn't love to golf.
My dad was very nice.
Okay.
He got into law enforcement. During the twilight of his years. Police officer figured that was the best way he could serve.
That's difficult. Why do we have that roll of paper towels on this table?
5 minutes extra.
Things I dislike. I dislike all the medical supplies on the table. Yeah.
Number 2, too.
Okay.
I hate the spit bucket being right next to the table where you're sitting. Spit in the puke bucket. I like that.
Okay. You may want to ask the folks at this table that are seniors if they would consider.
I'm already giving.
I didn't say what about that?
I'll think about it. Hey, if they don't have gray hair, if they got no hair, they're probably eligible.
I've got one for you too.
I gotta wait. Craig was coming right here. I gotta get him, make sure he's set up.
Feel the love. Feel the love.
Birthday's over, boys.
Either that or I'm having my
Birthday is
colonoscopy.
over.
I'm feeling the love or I'm feeling the colonoscopy. I don't know which.
I feel the warm.
It could be both.
I don't have.
Workers and officials to your tables.
You did shave,
His gig is straight.
Mr. Gabriel, sir. Is this,
You know what I was watching today?
you met him yet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We were.
Yeah, we looked at it yesterday.
He's a little sloppy. Did you get your dog yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you get one yesterday? Yeah. Sometimes you got to.
He had to put up with me yesterday. No problem.
I think he was honored.
You guys do that?
Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna need a chair from the other table. Should be an extra one.
Yes.
A couple down here.
No, those are broke, man.
I gotta break things good, huh?
No, no. You've been on the ground right
We have volunteers that haven't checked in. Trailers including the workers. Need to get to
How's this going? This way? Either way you want to go. Just be careful with your talking here.
I don't know what all this is, but it's all going away.
All right. How much cash?
So there's your volume meter.
Who's the boss? I'm just Ross.
Quick.
We on?
Oh, well, okay then. You're fine.
And then
Can I see the screen where the it'll come up here. Oh, actually, I'll make it. So we're live right now. When we get started, check to make sure it's going out okay. It's going out. And then see if we can find a building where we're back. I'm going to see if I can get Chris to do the university finals because I got to do interviews and then I'll have to start doing some writing. How do you pronounce that? Any idea? Which corner is he in? He should be red, wherever that is. How's he pronounce it?
Kukalo.
Kukalo. Okay. Thank you. I might just get on right now and start out and start talking.
And welcome to the University of Akron this morning and finals of the FILA Cadet Nationals in freestyle. I'm Craig Sesker from USA Wrestling, and we're getting ready to go here. I'm going to be joined by NCAA champ and world champion Bill Zadig, and getting ready to start here with the FILA Cadet Nationals, which is a qualifier for the Cadet World Championships. So we're all set to go here. Start out with 42 kilograms, 92.5 pounds. Christopher Kukalo of New York. Will be facing Andrew Neiman of Oklahoma in the finals. Second straight year, the champion from this event will qualify for the Cadet World Championships. The Cadet World Championships will be this summer in August in Baku, Azerbaijan. So we're underway now. Neiman in on a leg attack for the takedown. Working on a leg lace. Hits it twice. And he's up quickly 2-0. And let's welcome in Bill Zadig, NCAA champ, world champion, jack of all trades, Great Falls, Montana. And
thanks, Craig. Appreciate it.
And a big event for the FILA Cadets, second straight year. They're going to the Cadet World Championships. You know, Bill, talk about that, having that opportunity.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Exciting tournament. Last year was the first year that FILA brought back the Cadet World since, I think, 1999. We had a Cadet World champion at heavyweight, Adam Kuhn. And this year, again, Cadet World Championships are going to be in Baku, Azerbaijan, host city of the 2007 Senior World Championships. So Azerbaijan, great wrestling country, so it'll be an exciting event for our young guys. And the Cadet Worlds, it's a big deal. Cadet World and Junior World medals are important. There's overwhelming odds that those kids go on to be Senior World and Olympic champions. So we put a lot of emphasis on having a great team and doing the best we can to develop these young guys. And this year's tournament, it's a deep tournament. It's a lot of exciting wrestling.
And I think we've had, I know Harry Lester was a Cadet World team member. There are a lot of guys that are still doing well on the senior level.
Yeah.
Hustle, go, you're all right, keep going.
Yeah, I think, well, like I said, historically, our medalists coming through, not just from the United States, but from all countries. They win medals at the age group levels as they move up.
So we're through the end of the first period. Neiman of Oklahoma wins the period 3-0. best of 3 period format. And the little guy's 92.5 pounds.
Yeah, this is about my size.
Did you wrestle in?
I didn't wrestle in.
Wrestle in FILA Cadets back in the day, or did they have that?
Well, they had the Cadet Nationals. I don't, honestly, when I was that young, I don't know if I was paying attention. In Warrensburg, Missouri, I got third.
And Bill, of course, coach at USA Wrestling, and works with senior level, on down through the developmental ranks, and he's watching a lot of these young kids come up through the ranks and identifying a lot of these talented young wrestlers.
Yeah, it's exciting to watch this tournament. I'm really impressed at the quality of skill level at the cadet level. These guys, these young kids, and there's really some athletes. There's some kids that can really wrestle. And it's a lot of fun to see that.
How important is it for these kids too? I mean, a lot of them haven't been overseas to get that experience.
One point push out right there.
Yeah, just traveling overseas and, just kind of going through what, you might see, obviously later on at the senior level.
Well, it's extremely important, for sure, from the experience value that they gain going there, seeing the events. It's kind of opens our eyes to a different level of thinking competitively. And but one of the biggest benefits is you kind of grow up hearing about Russians and Europeans, and it becomes this big unknown. I think the later in a career that experience happens, the bigger the unknown is, and it's a little scarier. And I think one of the benefits these guys get is it kind of demystifies the opposition. They learn, what? European kids, Russian kids, they're just kids, same as we are. You hit them with a double leg, you pick them up and put them down. They're no different than the rest of them.
Sure. Another takedown for Neiman. He's up 2-0. 16 seconds to go in the second period. Looking to close this out and become the first champion of the day. 9 o'clock start time. These kids had to be up and ready to go early.
Front headlock slip.
And time runs out, and we have our first champion of the day. Andrew Neiman of Oklahoma is the champion at 92.5 pounds.
I gotta go. I have a world team packet I gotta give these guys.
Okay. Set to go now at 46 kilograms, 101.25 pounds. Mitchell McKee of Minnesota will battle Jordan Cutler of New Jersey. In the second final, Neiman of Oklahoma is your first champion of the day. And we're getting set to go here. Some great wrestling here. You look in the corners, you got Mark Gray in one of the corners from New Jersey, and Olympic medalist Brandon Paulson coaching, and Brandon, he's everywhere coaching freestyle, Greco, folk style. Huge contributions to the sport since he stopped competing. Cutler in on a low ankle shot. And he finishes for the takedown. He takes a 1-0 lead. Minute 30 left in the first period. And working a leg lace. Picks up an additional point. Is up 2-0. And we're back on our feet. Minute 23 to go. First period, Cutler leading 2-0. And as Bill said, what an opportunity for these kids, win a championship here and receive an opportunity to go overseas and compete in, Azerbaijan, in Baku, one of the best wrestling countries in the world. Just you can't replicate having that kind of an opportunity for these kids. So a minute to go. Cutler up 2-0. He's in on a low leg shot, blocked by McKee. He's got a front headlock. And McKee working around on the counter. Wrestling for the Pinnacle Club that Brandon runs. Very successful in Minnesota. You'll see a lot of his kids popping around at USA Wrestling tournaments. You'll see him in Fargo next month in July. "15 seconds left in the period. Cutler still up 2-0. And a duck under attempt, a point for McKee, but then Cutler counters, exposes him for 2, and he'll win the first period 4-1. So a big day of wrestling here in Akron. University Nationals Freestyle Competition, the quarterfinals are getting underway, and the finals are tentatively set for 1 p.m. Here today in Akron. And a number of top college stars, the NCAA champ Dustin Kilgore, junior world champ Don Bradley, past junior world team member Jason Chambers. Just a lot of top kids from a lot of top college programs that are here. Cutler in, he snatches a single and finishes and exposure for 3. So it jumps out 3-0 in the first 15 seconds of the second period. And Cutler with a lock, looking for a gut wrench, and now we're back on the feet. And I believe
what is the question?
You gonna look at it?
Yeah.
What is it?
He scored a 3 and a 2.
This. You want to go back a little from that, right?
I want to see what he's talking about. Go back.
Right there. Right about there.
Okay, do it again. Is that what we're looking at? Is that all right? Do it again, please. Do it one more time. I mean, are we going from the turn as well? Or at the beginning?
We never asked the question, but he said he scored correct.
Okay.
Is all he
okay, then let's go for until we stop it. Okay, there's the score. Wait.
There's no more action after that.
There's no more action?
No.
Okay, then one more time. Okay, I'm good with it. All right, let's go back. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Close that. Close that. And we're back to that.
3, 2, 3.
So we had a video review.
Okay, that's the score. 3 and 2 plus 1. We need another.
Cutler had scored with a single and gained exposure. Taking,
yeah. Yes, he did.
Taking a 3-0
Very quickly,
lead.
though. That's why I watched it 4 times.
McKee had gone back down to his belly and then had exposed again for 2 more. So Cutler wins the period 6-0, and he is your champion at 46 kilos, 101.25 pounds. So moving up now, 50 kilograms, 110.25 pounds. And Tommy Thorne, who won this event last year.
Can I get you another coffee?
No, I'm good.
I was going to put it over here.
From Minnesota. And is battling Steve Missick of Indiana in the finals. And Thorne, great wrestling family. His brothers Mike and David wrestle for the Gophers, Minnesota. And Thorne's done extremely well in Fargo, and he's competed in a lot of USA wrestling events. And Thorne quickly in on a leg attack, finishes for a takedown, takes a 1-0 lead. And we had Bill Zadig, but we lost Bill Zadig, so we'll just do the best we can here. Minute 30 remaining first period. Thorne up 1-0. And Thorne was a member of the FILA Cadet World Team last year. He's the only returning champion that's back in the finals this year. The FILA Cadets are ages 15 to 17. A lot of these kids, sophomores and juniors in high school. And some of the college coaches that are here coaching university wrestlers are keeping a pretty close eye on the FILA Cadets. Obviously, a number of top Division I prospects on the mat today. So 45 seconds to go. Thorne still up 1-0. Missick in on a shot. Has the leg trapped and looking to finish. And he does for a takedown to tie it 1-1, but essentially he's got the period by virtue of scoring last. He's working hard on a leg lace here, and he turns Thorne and gets the exposure, and is up 3-1. 18 seconds left in the first period. Thorne needs to get busy here. 15 seconds left in the first period. Front headlock turn by Thorne. 3 seconds to go. And he's going to win the period. So Tommy Thorne, a little dramatics there right at the end of the period. Tight front headlock and scores the turn to win the period. Great action there in the first period. That's one of the things that's really fun about watching a lot of these kids is they really open up and wrestle, put some points on the board, which obviously, is great for the sport and it makes it more enjoyable for the fans.
Come on, baby, let's do it. Come on.
Underway now, second period. Thorne wins it first. So he's in on a high C to a single. And great finish for a takedown. He's up 1-0, 1:45 left in the second. And returning champion from this event last year. And kids wrestled a lot. He's following the plan like a lot of these great young Minnesota kids do. They come up through the USA Wrestling ranks, wrestling some of these great high school programs in Minnesota. And then the payoff is they're doing well in a lot of these national competitions. So minute 15 to go. Missick in on a shot. Great counter by Thorne in deep looking for a crotch lift, and Thorne pops his head out. And scores the takedown. He's up 2-0. Looking for more. And he's got the leg in, and now he turns Missick to his back. So 45 seconds to go. 2-0 lead, and he's adding to it with 2 more and 1 more. It's 5-0. And Tommy Thorne is on his way to his second straight FILA Cadet National Championship in freestyle. And brothers Mike and David wrestle for Minnesota. And just holding Missick near his back as time ticks down under 10 seconds. And Tommy Thorne's going to win the FILA Cadet National title at 110 pounds. And he's your champion, Tommy Thorne, Minnesota. And he repeats. And Bill Zadik will be taking him to Azerbaijan in a couple of months. And we're getting ready for the finals. 54 kilograms, 119 pounds. Joseph McKenna of New Jersey, Zach Hall of Michigan. Welcome back, Bill Zadik.
Thank
Bill's
you.
Doing a little bit of everything. He's getting these kids ready to go on their trip, and I think he's planning on winning some medals. Cadet Worlds.
Doggone right. That Tommy Thorne, second time on the Cadet World team. I'm super excited about that young man. He did a great job last year.
Comes from a great wrestling family.
Certainly does, yeah.
Mike and David both wrestled in Minnesota.
Yeah. And this match here, this is shaping up to be a good one. This young McKenna kid from Blair Academy has done a great job. He's been exciting to watch.
And we've seen Joseph McKenna a lot coming up through the ranks of USA Wrestling. And you see Mark Gray in his corner, who's
Mark Gray, 2011 Junior World Team member.
And placed fifth, I believe.
He did.
And go headed to Cornell next year, following where his brother Mike wrestled.
Yeah. Coach Buxton at Blair Academy, he's a great coach, and his legacy is all the top quality athletes. He just continues to produce, and I think he had an unbelievable recruiting class this year where his athletes have gone to some of the best colleges in the country. He's got 2 kids at Harvard, 1 at Stanford, 1 at Cornell, and just on and on. A kid at West Point. He really knows how to develop young men. Nice double leg takedown by McKenna for 3.
And sure, you think of Blair, you think of Steve Mocco, Mark Perry, numerous other kids who've done well, Zach Esposito.
Yeah.
And McKenna with a succession of gut wrenches. He wins the first period, dominating fashion, 7-0.
Yeah. And Joseph McKenna, he looked very impressive. He wrestled at the Junior World Team Trials this year and placed 3rd. He's still a cadet age group. It's pretty amazing. And he's wrestling no slouch here. Zach Hall he's looked dominant through the tournament.
And again, a great opportunity for these kids. A lot at stake. I mean, it's a great opportunity. You're 16, 17 years old and get a chance to represent the U.S. on the world stage.
Zach Hall in on a low double. McKenna hitting him hard with his hips. Sprawling to defend. It is a great opportunity, like we had mentioned earlier, Craig. It's just an unequaled experience. These kids going to set them on a path of greatness in the future, have success at the international level, spur them on to NCAA success in college, and then back on the international scene as seniors. And that's really what we're all about, is giving these kids a future, making them better athletes, more well-rounded, and driving the success of our country, the entire programs, the NCAA programs and the international programs forward in the future.
And I remember last summer, World Team camps going on, senior camp, and you've got Cale Sanderson, Jordan Burroughs, some of the top senior level guys, and the cadets are having their camp at the same time just to be around those guys and see how they train. What a great opportunity for those kids.
Yeah, and we're doing something similar this year. We have our Junior World Team training camp in conjunction with our final Olympic camp. So it's going to be a great developmental opportunity. 1 point going out of bounds for McKenna on a front headlock. A little bit of controversy on the call. Zach, on a shot and trying to bear hug, but the score goes to McKenna.
So McKenna up 1-0, final 30 seconds. And Hall obviously needs a score here to send this to a third period.
Hall shot in, McKenna stops with a front headlock, and they're back to their feet with 17 seconds. A lot of hand fighting. Hall snapping him down, trying to front headlock. McKenna hanging on that 2-on-1.
And Hall's got to go. Down to 5 seconds.
Joseph McKenna, World Team member.
So impressive performance. Joseph McKenna, your champion at 54 kilograms, 119 pounds.
Congratulations, packet.
And he receives a handshake and a packet and a plaque.
It'll be exciting to work with that young man over the summer. He's
good-looking kid, strong kid too.
Yeah, really solid, great positions, got good offensive skills, which we know really translates to medals. I think that's one of the obvious reasons why Jordan Burroughs exploded on the scene the way he did, is he just has such a high scoring potential.
Moving to the finals now, 58 kilograms, 127.75 pounds. Gross of Minnesota, Giraldo of New Jersey. Seth Gross, strong performance to get to the finals. And Anthony Giraldo, been pretty dominant himself, has only given up a handful of points in the whole tournament.
Pretty amazing. At every weight this year, just I'm impressed at the quality. This kid's got a lot of skills. They're hungry to wrestle. They get out there and flurry. There's a lot of action. It's exciting for the fans. It's exciting for me as a development coach to see what's going on.
So a little scramble there, back on the feet, still scoreless. And Gross pops out and comes through behind for a takedown.
Working on that lace. And out of bounds.
And Brandon Paulson back in the corner again.
You know, Brandon Paulson and Jared Lawrence, they have an exceptional club at Pinnacle Wrestling School in Twin Cities. And Tommy Thorne, one of their athletes. Gannon Volk, last year's Cadet World Team member, Triple Crown winner. So, it's great to see these guys who have had some success and experience at the senior level getting involved in working with these club kids and passing on that knowledge. That's really what we need as a country.
And, we know Brandon well from his Greco background, but obviously, he's a great freestyle coach as well, and, works with kids in folk style. And
and my philosophy is a little bit unique in that, I kind of believe wrestling's wrestling. And I wrestled a lot of freestyle and Greco, mostly freestyle and Greco, until I graduated high school. And, you know, obviously when I went to college, I focused on folk style for a few years. But it's exciting to see these kids with this kind of depth and knowledge and understanding of all styles of wrestling. I think it makes them certainly a more well-rounded and better athlete. And like I said before, giving these kids a future.
How'd you do in Greco? Did you have some good success wrestling Greco? Or
in kids wrestling, yeah, I won a couple national events. I probably had less losses in Greco than I had in freestyle. I don't know my overall record, but I think I only lost one Greco match in my life.
Does that help you a lot when you wrestle folk style and freestyle, or is it just getting that experience on the mat?
No, I think it helps you a lot. I think first period ends there 1-0 for Gross in Minnesota. But I think that the Greco being so heavily dependent on hand fighting and positioning, it really adds a lot of depth and feel. You really understand body pressure and movement and how to move an athlete, move an opponent, and get him the weight and pressure factor, which translates to setup success in folk style and freestyle. So I think it's a huge benefit. Gross in on a low shot, and Geraldo draping over his back to a stalemate.
So second period underway, minute 40 left. Gross wins the first period over Geraldo of New Jersey. And apparently we missed it on Friday, but apparently there was a little match between Jordan Burroughs and Harry Lester during practice at the Olympic Training Center. And I've heard Harry's side of the story where he claims he lateral dropped Jordan to his back, but then, quote unquote, ran out of gas in the third period and Burroughs kind of took it to him. So I hope somebody has some video of that. I'd love to see it. And they were both at the media summit down in Dallas talking a lot of smack, but it's kind of cool, you know, you freestyle world champ and one of our Greco stars, you know, wrestling. And, you know, I'm sure that makes those guys a little better, too, just competing like that in practice and having a little fun with it.
For sure, and it's a lot of fun, you know. Harry, what does Harry have, 3 medals now?
2.
2 medals. So he's an exceptional athlete, and I'm sure that was a lot of fun. It probably looked like two cats in a burlap sack out there.
Did you see when they wrestled last year? Yeah, they had a match last year.
Yeah.
Harry took him down a couple times, but Jordan kind of got the better of him.
In, scoring 2 on a tilt. A little bit of a shot in a scramble situation. He's got an arm turk, scores 2 points.
Geraldo, very long and lanky for this weight.
Yeah, 127 pounders. I think they're both taller than I am. Geraldo on that wrist tie, shoots heady inside single. Gross is stepping up, trying to tilt, stepping around back, trying to crotch lift. Scores a takedown. He's got a trap arm gut looking for that turn, and he gets it.
And he runs out of time, so we're going to a third period. Another 2 or 3 seconds, he may win that match. So Minnesota very well represented here. New Jersey very well represented. Good numbers, good event. A lot of great kids here competing.
There are a lot of great kids.
And timing of this is a little different. Usually this event's in April, and obviously we're into June now. So a lot of these kids just finishing up the school year and you know, getting their summer going and
getting their summer wrestling going, yeah.
And
this year with the Olympic trials, the Olympics being so early and pushing back the Olympic trials, it kind of adjusted everything else as well. So I don't know if this event's better. Our numbers seem to be up this year. I think we're 100 more competitors in both divisions. So that's hopefully just a testament to our growing our base here, growing our pool of athletes. Geraldo in on a double leg, back to his feet, coming around. Oh, and they go out of bounds. With Gross trying to throw him from front headlock, and we'll see what they call.
Oh.
We have 1 point confirmed for Gross, but we have a challenge. The officials are reviewing the challenge. We'll see what they call. Geraldo had shot a double leg and come to his feet around behind Seth Gross. Gross squared up as they were going out of bounds and attempted a front headlock throw. I think the debate is whether he touched his back before Geraldo exposed, and who will get the score.
This heat again.
Geraldo, having Gross's leg up in the air, was again attempting to push out. Gross squared up in a front headlock and a whizzer and threw him straight over.
Everybody okay? You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait to see what they call.
Okay.
It appeared to me as Gross's body hit the mat first, depending on whether Geraldo exposed or not. Let's see what the call is. Officials are going back. The official calls red. The mat judge calls blue. And the table chair calls one, so it's 1 point. This call goes to Seth Gross for 1 point out of bounds, and he will be awarded another point for winning the challenge of Geraldo. So 2-0 with 1:13 remaining in the third period to decide the world team member at 58 kilograms.
So the FILA cadets are big time now. They've got video review. There's a lot at stake here in these matches.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Geraldo in on another long double leg. Head's trapped to the inside. Gross falls off to the side and trying to... Now his hips come off, and Gross is in on the leg. And Geraldo comes around behind for 1 point.
So we're under 30 seconds to go, and Geraldo needs a point, looking for a gut on the edge, and we run out of bounds. 24 seconds left. Third period, great match between these two young competitors, Gross in Minnesota, Geraldo, New Jersey.
Super hard fought match. Neither one giving up. They're both going after it. 22 seconds left. Geraldo's really going to have to get after it here. Gross holding position well. Staying in the center, controlling the tie. Geraldo coming at him. Overhook, trying to step in and trip.
Down to the last 5 seconds.
Geraldo trying to tilt. To no avail. And Seth Gross is your champion and cadet world team member at 58 kilos.
And great effort by Geraldo, trying valiantly for the score in the closing seconds, but just runs out of time. And Gross from Minnesota is your champion, 58 kilograms. Coach Brandon Paulson. So 63 kilograms, 138.75 pounds. One of the most anticipated matches of the finals. Bryce Brill, Illinois, Zane Rutherford of Pennsylvania. I've heard some Division I coaches talking about this match a little bit ago. And
what a weight class, though, huh? Holy cow.
Yeah, we had Hayden Tuma was in that weight, who won the FILA Cadet Greco title. Just a number of really good wrestlers in this division.
Yeah, this weight, as much as any other, I think was just stacked.
And Brill powers in on a leg shot and drives Rutherford out of bounds, takes a 1-0 lead.
Brill in on another shot. Kind of a low double leg coming out the back door. On his knees coming up, Rutherford grabbing ankles. They fall over to their hips. No score yet. Now back up in the air. Rutherford draped over the back of Brill. Brill trying to come out the back door still. They fall backwards. It looks like Brill's going to score 2 points.
So we're back on the feet. 3-0 Brill. 55 seconds left in the first period. 63 kilograms. Arguably the strongest weight class of the tournament in the FILA Cadet division.
Yeah, what a loaded field.
And Brill in on another attack. And no score there. 3-0. 45 seconds left. We're in Akron, Ohio. Great wrestling area. Great wrestling state, Ohio. Home of our Olympian Harry Lester. Some great high school programs in this area. Kent State, great college program coming on, and they got a lot of kids here.
School of Dustin Kilgore.
Killer Kilgore, he is wrestling here.
Gorilla Killa. What he calls
and the Gorilla Killa, he's wrestling he's in the quarterfinals, 96 kilos. He's looking to make our university world team this year. And he's trained out in Colorado Springs, and he's gotten better because he's worked with our man Bill Zadek.
He spent a year with us in the resident program. Brandon Slay, 1 point right at the end for Rutherford, and Brill wins the period 3-2.
And talk about Kilgore's development, the time he spent at the training center.
Dustin has done a great job. He came in and he's just a moose of a kid, super strong, but he's come in and is hungry to learn and work super hard. He's just gotten better and better over the year. He had, disappointing that he wasn't able to make the Olympic team, but it was a pretty quality weight. Jake Varner, last year's bronze medal, and Tommy Rowlands being in the finals. But, Dustin just did better and better as the year went on. He won the tournament in the Cerro Pilado tournament in Cuba. He placed last year at the Ukraine tournament in the summer. And for a kid to be a junior in college and then burst on the international scene, and he's still raw. He's still just learning how to wrestle. So I'm really excited for his future.
And he's about as humble and selfless a kid as you can get. He's an NCAA champ. Just a good old kid, man. He's so coachable, just such a joy to be around. Just one of those kids you love to have in your program.
Rutherford scores on a go-behind. They come back to center. Brill shooting in. They go to bounds on their knees again.
And just Brill in on a shot, but not much of a setup there. And Rutherford blocks him and goes around, takes a 2-0 lead. Now a minute to go in the second period. Brill won the first period. And just great opportunity for these kids in this weight class. Very tough weight, as we talked about, just a number of really good kids. And we're gonna have a really good representative for the Cadet World Championships in this weight class. And Brill fighting back there, counters an attack, closes it to 2-1. He won the first period. And we're headed back to the feet. 37 seconds left. Rutherford leading 2-1 second period. Brill won the first. You know, good contingent here from Illinois, as there typically is.
A lot of hand fighting right here. 23 seconds remaining in the period. Brill trying to pull off that 2-on-1. Rutherford holding the wrist high.
I see Chance Marsteller here warming up. I don't think he's up for a while. I guess he's ready to rock and roll, though.
Yeah, he's looked pretty strong the whole tournament. That's another deep weight class.
And Brill's got to be careful here. Goes for a throw. Goes to his own back. Just obviously don't want to get pinned in that situation. He loses the period 4-1. We go to the third period now.
Good match. Good match. Last two matches, both going 3 periods, is a testament to how bad these kids wanted. Everybody fighting hard.
And again, an opportunity to represent Team USA on the world stage. What a great opportunity for these kids that are 15 to 17 years old. Talked to Adam Kuhn about that. Won a Cadet World title last year. I mean, it really meant a lot to him, obviously, to wrestle for the U.S. and come away with a gold medal.
It's a pretty amazing experience. Brill with a nice outside carry for a takedown. He gets on top. Working hard to get that lace. He might have his ankles. He's got him. Rutherford fighting hard and slips the ankle lace. Now trying to look, and Rutherford comes around behind for a point. So 1-1. Now working on his own lace.
And a good exchange there of aggressive wrestling. Brill gets a takedown. He's trying valiantly for lace, but Rutherford counters and goes around for a takedown. Ties it up 1-1.
A minute remaining. They're back on their feet.
And Brill needs a score. Rutherford scoring last, so he's got the advantage right now.
He's going to really have to pick up the pace here because Rutherford is just a strong kid, holds position real well. And Brill's going to have to create a lot of action to get him out of position if he wants to score this point for the win.
30 seconds to go, 1-1, but Rutherford has the advantage. He scored last. So Brill obviously needs to put a point on the board here. And he's picking up the pace now. We're down to 20 seconds.
Brill really coming after it now. Rutherford doing a good job maintaining position. Counters and goes behind for another point. With 10 seconds remaining, that's probably going to put it away for Zane Rutherford.
So Zane Rutherford claps his hands and pulls out a tough 3-period win, dropping the first period but then rallying to win the next 2, and he's your champion at 63 kilograms.
Good job. Hey, here's your packet. After the finals, we'll have a short meeting at the head table.
Excellent match we got.
And great match at 63, capped off a great tournament in that weight class. And we moved to 69 kilograms, 152 pounds now. A pair of Texans battling. Bo Nickel, who's caught a lot of people's attention with a great performance, wrestling Jack Bass. So looking forward to another really good match and another tough weight class.
Man, I'll say both Texans, which is a little bit unusual, but both these young men are having a great tournament. Jack Bass being very dominant with 3 pins and barely giving up any points in the entire tournament. Bo Nickel with a couple of pins in the tournament I've seen. He shoots and Bass counters with a cradle going out of bounds. 1 point for Bass.
And we've seen a lot of Bo Nickel. He's wrestled quite a bit in Fargo and a lot of USA wrestling events. We've seen quite a bit of him. He's done really well.
These 2 kids are from the same high school.
And Nickel and Bass know each other pretty well. They're high school teammates, Allen, Texas. So they rolled around a few times in the room.
I think their head coach is Jerry Best, who is a standout wrestler from Oklahoma. 4-time state champ from Oklahoma.
And we love seeing these Texans, man. Great. So athletics are so great in that state. Huge population base. And we've had a lot of great wrestlers from Texas. Brandon Slay, of course, and Tervel Delagnev by way of Bulgaria and Texas. Is our Olympic heavyweight. And Randy Miller from Texas. Was an Olympic bronze medalist in 08. So good to see these Texans. They do more than just play football down there. We got some pretty good young wrestlers in that state.
Nickel with a strong overhook, forcing it, and Bass drops into a double leg, going out of bounds for 3 points. Pretty impressive takedown. 18 seconds remaining in the period. Jack Bass with a 4-0 lead on Bo Nickel.
And both fathers of the wrestlers are in their respective corners, which is interesting, coaching their kids in the finals. So not only the coach, but the dad, plenty of emotion going there. It's kind of like when you were wrestling for your dad back in the day.
Yeah.
Bob Zadek was in the corner for you and Michael.
One time my brother and I wrestled in the Midlands tournament, and we met in the finals. We ended up not wrestling because I don't know. My dad would have known which one to root for. Flip a coin for it, I guess.
Who would have won that?
Well, I am the older brother, but I don't know. It would have been a battle.
Is that 149, 41?
Yeah, 49. Mike was a freshman, sophomore in college, and I had graduated. Start of the second period, minute 45 remaining, 0-0. Locked in a tie, Jack Bass with a 2-on-1, and now they break. Bo Nickel's got to be one of the tallest kids at 152. He looks like he's about 6'1", huh?
Yeah, good-looking kid.
Yeah, he's really kind of got an exciting style. He gets some overhooks and pulls guys up.
Boy, great reshot by Bass. So Nickel was in on a nice shot, and Bass just came right back in.
Some good wrestling going on here.
And your brother likes to downplay what he did in wrestling, but Mike, if he is done, he had a heck of a career, and he was a world silver medalist, was an Olympian, multi-time All-American at Iowa, and I really enjoyed watching him compete, and if he is done, he did a nice job for the United States.
Thanks, Craig. I know he'll appreciate that. But you know how it goes. We only wanted gold medals. So that's
my first world championships was in 06, and
that was a good one to start on.
Pretty nice display. Mike won a silver, and of course Bill won the gold medal.
Bo Nickel coming at it hard, and Jack Bass again with a reshot outside carry. And
I haven't seen a lot of Bass, but he's an impressive kid.
Man, he certainly does have some skills. Strong kid, holds position well. And in 4 seconds, he looks like he's going to be our world team member. 4-0 lead with 4 seconds remaining in the second period. But I wouldn't count Bo Nickel out. He's decked 2 guys in headlocks and throws, so And time runs out. Jack Bass, your world team member.
And we're moving to 76 kilograms now, 167.5 pounds. Chance Marsteller of Pennsylvania, Zachary Beard of Oklahoma, two wrestlers who are very well established in USA Wrestling ranks. And Marsteller was a cadet national champion last year in Fargo, and looks like he's got the physique of about a 25-year-old. He's just really chiseled and strong, and he's wrestled at the Olympic Training Center, and he's held his own against some senior-level opponents. So we're looking at a pretty special kid here with a really bright future ahead. And Zach Beard, he's wrestled in a lot of tournaments, and he was at the Folkstyle Nationals in Iowa and had a good performance there. So interesting to see what develops here. And I know, Bill, you've seen a lot of Marsteller. Just what are your impressions of him?
He's a super tough young man. He's got a lot of great skills, and in on a takedown there for 1 point.
Chandler's up and he's on deck. He told me to tell you. Chandler, he's on deck.
And so Marsteller in on an attack. Quick takedown, minute 20 left in the first, and he's up 1-0, and he's out of Pennsylvania, and he's a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, and as I was saying, he's just shows maturity in his skills and his ability. That's far ahead of most sophomores in high school. But the thing that is encouraging to me is I don't think that he's superhuman. I think he displays a quality and skill that we'd like to see more of our young men have, and I certainly think we have the athletes out there to do it. But he's definitely unique at this point. Super exciting to watch, solid in all his positions.
And he's drawn a lot of comparisons to Kerry Colott. I mean, obviously, bigger in weight, and that quality of a wrestler at that young of an age, similar to Kerry.
For sure. Kerry Colott, obviously, super skilled athlete, and even in their build, even though Chance is a little bit bigger, they're both kind of short and stocky for their weight, wide hips, thick legs, and kind of wrestle a similar style. Very offensive, very potent offense.
And Beard's bringing it. He's come in with about 2 or 3 shots here, but Marsteller just staying in an extremely good position. And counter and exposure as time runs out. Marsteller takes the first period.
Zach Beard, another athlete that wrestles for Jerry Best. So Jerry definitely bringing the heat with his team. 3 kids in the finals so far.
And Beard's been an All-American in Fargo. He wrestled at the Folkstyle Nationals earlier this year in Cedar Falls, and a kid that's been in his share of big matches. And it'll be interesting. Marsteller, he was at the OTC, wasn't he, earlier this year?
He's been out to the training center several times. Over the last couple of years, we've had him for shorter stints of a week at a time or 2 weeks at a time. There's some talk about getting him out there for a little longer period.
So Bill's going to step away and do a little coaching. Like I said, he's kind of the jack of all trades here, and it's been great to have him at USA Wrestling, and one of the best guys in the sport. I grew up in Iowa and near Iowa City, and I followed Bill in college, and once I came out to USA Wrestling in 2006. Didn't really know Bill that well, but he and I have become pretty good friends, and he's just a great guy to deal with, and he really connects with the athletes. And you never hear Bill talk about his own accomplishments in wrestling. I mean, he's NCAA champ, he's a world champ, been the best in the world, and he's just a very humble, very selfless guy, and just loves wrestling, and the kids can see that. So second period now. Beard's in on a shot. Marsteller's just a monster, man. He's just so strong and powerful, and he just blows right around that for a counter. He leads 1-0. And very strong. I mean, he looks like he's ready to be a factor on the senior level right now. So 1:30 to go. Marsteller leading 1-0 in the second period. He won the first period. Looking to make the FILA Cadet World Team at 76 kilograms. Marsteller with a nice single and transfer into a double for a finish, and he's up 2-0 now. 1:10 left in the second period. We're at the University of Akron Fieldhouse. Great facility. Indoor football complex here, and obviously some great wrestling in Ohio. One of the best wrestling states in the country. This Akron-Canton area, just south of Cleveland, with some outstanding high school programs. St. Ed's up in Cleveland and Walsh Jesuit right here in Akron. So we got a little injury time. They're looking at Zach Beard. Marsteller up 2-0, 1:06 left. And they're still taking a look at Zach Beard. A great 3 days of wrestling here. We started on Friday. FILA Cadet Greco, University Greco. Started the freestyle tournament yesterday into the finals here. The University National Freestyle Finals will be coming up right about 1 o'clock this afternoon. And we're back underway, 2-0 Marsteller, second period.
1 minute.
And you see Beard's got a little bit of a bandage on his right knee. Really impressed with Marsteller. He's, real nice shot into a single. And popping up, trying to come out through the back door, got the leg elevated. And, and finishes for a takedown. And looking for some exposure on the edge, and now is up 5-0 with 30 seconds left.
Yes, sir.
And Beard's down again. May have popped the knee again on that scramble, and this may be it for Zach Beard. Marsteller just relentless on that leg. Once he got that single leg, he was going to finish for that takedown. And I think Marsteller's got a shot. Cadet World Championships, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do in that event. I think he's physical, he's strong, he's determined, and he's got huge goals in this sport. I mean, he's already talking about being a world and Olympic champion. And 20 seconds to go. A nice little duck into a double, and that'll do it. 6-0 Marsteller, and he's your champion at 76 kilograms. Chance Marsteller of Pennsylvania, taking 2 straight periods from Zach Beard.
That was a tech fall for that one, but overall, I think it's a total decision. Hang tight, gentlemen. Time on deck.
So Chance Marsteller caps a really dominating tournament. 76 kilograms. Can't wait to see what this kid does. Now we're into the finals, 85 kilograms. Eric Morris of Pennsylvania, Mitch Sliga of Indiana. And we know Mitch Sliga well. He's a cadet, Triple Crown winner 2 years ago in Fargo. And it's a good-looking kid. He's, big kid a couple years ago, but he's really developed physically. You can just see he's He's leaner and stronger, and he's just, he's continued to mature physically the last couple of years. Morris opens with a takedown. He's up. No, it's not confirmed, so it's still scoreless. Minute 26 left in the first period. FILA Cadet Nationals Freestyle Finals in Akron, Ohio, and the champion advances to Baku, Azerbaijan for the Cadet World Championships, the best 15 to 17-year-olds in the world. So you can go from here and start battling the Russians and the Iranians, the Azerbaijanis, Ukraine, Georgia. Just great opportunity. It's great to see the Cadet World Championships return last year after more than a 10-year absence. As I mentioned earlier, Adam Kuhn of Michigan was a Cadet World Champion. What an experience that was for him, representing his country, winning that title, standing on top of the podium here in the national anthem played, Star Spangled Banner. And so we're still scoreless. Sliga with a front headlock. 30 seconds to go. $20 seconds to go. And we might be headed for our first scoreless period. And credit to these kids, we haven't had any coin flip or ball draw today. We've had plenty of action, plenty of scoring. And we are headed to that. So a scoreless first period. And we'll go to the ball draw here at 85 kilograms. And Morris nearly was behind on a shot for a takedown to take the lead. And the referees have drawn blue, so Sliga will get the leg. Here in the first period. So Morris on the defensive. Sliga will need to score here. And he snatches the leg quickly, finishes for a single. Great technique there, just pulling the leg in, dropping Morris to his butt. And Mitch Sliga wins the first period 1-0. And as I said earlier, Sliga, well-established talent in the USA Wrestling ranks. I understand he's a very good football player too, which not surprising. Good-looking kid, nice and tall, strong, powerful. And, he achieved the rarest of feats, winning a Cadet Nationals Triple Crown in Fargo, which is an outstanding accomplishment. So second period underway now, minute 50. Mitch Sliga wins the first period. Morris from Pennsylvania. Minute 20 to go. Wrestlers tied up in the center. They're still scoreless. 85 kilograms, 187.25 pounds. And Bill Zadek, my color commentator, he's in the corner over there on mat 9 with Chandler Rogers from Washington. And Chandler's made our FILA Cadet Greco World team, following his brother Jordan. So kicking off a great day of wrestling here on a Sunday. Northeast Ohio. University Nationals finals will be coming up at 1. So we're still scoreless here. 30 seconds left in the second period. Mitch Sliga of Indiana wins the first period in a clinch, 1-0 over Morris of Pennsylvania. And 20 seconds left, and kind of at a standstill here. We're not getting a lot of, nobody's really committing to a lot of shots here. Wrestlers kind of in a defensive mode. 10 seconds to go. Still in that, both in that collar tie.
4, 3, 2,
So about to go to ball draw number 2. There's a blue ball on the table, so this one may be red. No, it's blue. So Mitch Sliga, second straight period, wins the ball draw, so he'll have the single leg again, and if he finishes, he's your champion. And he's going to point into Morris's right leg, where he started the last time. He's in on the single again. And referee signals 1, not confirmed. And Liga drops Morris to his mat. And it's confirmed for 1, but now we have a challenge from the red corner of Morris. And we're going to take a look at the video here. Get rid of it.
He accepted it. He said it's last.
So Sliga had the leg Morris countered. Nearly slipped behind. Sliga brought him back down to the mat. And the referee signaled a point. It was confirmed by one of the judges. And now we're taking a look at the video review.
We got white paddle now.
Boom.
Pick up the leg. Anybody else want to see it? Sorry, go back and score it, please.
We got one blue.
And appears Sliga did elevate the leg with the butt on the mat and is going to get that point and is going to win the match. So referee signals 1, and it is confirmed. So your champion, Mitch Sliga of Indiana, he's your FILA Cadet National Champion in freestyle, 85 kilograms. And he'll be representing the U.S. Mitch. So we'll move to the finals now at 100 kilograms, 220.5 pounds. Trey Story of Minnesota, Garrett Ryan of Arizona. So matchup of two wrestlers we haven't seen a lot of the elite levels of USA Wrestling, but they're here and they're in the finals and they got a chance to go to Baku for the Cadet World Championships. A little quicker pace than we had in the last match. Ryan in on a single, blocked by Story. Return of Wild Bill Zadek. Coaching over there. Chandler had a little bit of injury. He's coaching Chandler Rogers.
Yeah, a young man I've worked with quite a bit. He and his brother from Washington, and Chandler, unfortunately, his ear exploded.
That's what happened.
He had a soft cauliflower ear, and it popped.
And Chandler had won the FILA Cadet title in Greco. He pinned the guy in the finals in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Just locked the guy up and tossed him.
Had an excellent tournament. And and came up a little bit short in the freestyle side, but he's a tough young man. Great things out of him in the future, too.
I handed Mitch one of those sheets. I don't know if Mitch
Sliga?
Yeah, he won that. I gave him one of those sheets. So I'm pitching in a little bit there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And Ryan Arizona in on another shot. Gets a push shot. He's up 2-0 over Story of Minnesota. 30 seconds left in the first period. 100 kilograms, 220.5 pounds.
Drag out for a point.
So Story needs a point here. He's down 2-1. Closing seconds of the first period. Looking for a lace.
Looking for that lace. Pretty close to getting it, but I think he's going to run out of time.
So Ryan of Arizona wins the first period. 2-1. Cadet Worlds, you don't have. Is this essentially your heavyweight? Do they have it? They don't have it.
No, they don't.
They don't have a 275.
This is the heavyweight. They wrestle 275 here at the tournament, but it's a non-FILA weight. So this will be the heavyweight division at the Cadet World Championships. We have big shoes to fill. Last year's world champion, Adam Kuhn from the United States.
Won by fall in the finals, I believe, right? Dramatic fashion.
Pretty exciting. He's a great young man, wrestles both freestyle and Greco internationally, and the kid he was wrestling went upper body with him. He lateral dropped him.
Ryan in on a shot, finishes for one. He's up 1-0, 1:40 left in the second. Yeah, and Adam, these guys aren't quite as tall as Adam Kuhn. I think Adam Kuhn's about 7 feet tall. Now Adam's 6'6", and he's getting a lot of interest. Adam Kuhn is a big-time Division I prospect in wrestling, football. He's state place winner in track, and he's got a grade point average. It's a lot higher than mine was.
If I can keep that kid out of the NFL, we might have a chance to make a world champion out of him at the senior level.
And a great kid,
super guy.
Just dad's a coach and a teacher, and just comes from a really good family.
I think his dad's a state director in Michigan, isn't he?
He is.
So 2-0 here for
Dan
Ryan.
Kuhn. Dan Kuhn is his father. Yeah, dad was a college wrestler. And
so Garrett Ryan trying to live up to those shoes right now with a 2-0 lead in the second period over Trey Story of Minnesota. Story working on a 2-on-1 and trip. Not really going anywhere with the trip. Ryan doing a good job of defending. Kind of in a head-to-head position here, hand fighting.
Did I see you with an outstanding wrestler ballot?
I was passing them out.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
You get a vote on that or not?
Not really. Not a real vote. I can be the tiebreaker. I guess I have the choice, but I prefer to just be a tiebreaker.
At this point, who's the clubhouse leader?
I would say that most of the votes I've seen have been from Chance Marsteller.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, and Trey Story with a nice sweep double to end the period, but Garrett Ryan taking the victory and the Cadet World Team member at 100 kilograms.
So Ryan of Arizona is your winner, 100 kilograms. And he's earned the berth to Baku, Azerbaijan for the Cadet World Championships. Be held this summer.
Garrett, congratulations. Here's some information. We'll have a short team meeting to get organized about Cadet World.
And we're going to move to heavyweight now, 125 kilograms, 275.5 pounds. Billy Miller from Ohio. Nathan Butler from Kansas. And Nathan Butler He looks like he's about 6'6". Good-looking kid.
He's not short, is he?
And this weight won't be contested at the Cadet World Championships, unfortunately. We had, I think, Brooks Black from Pennsylvania won this tournament last year.
Yeah,
Brooks is
so.
really good-looking prospect from Blair, and he was first-team Asics All-American this year. I know his mom's Brooks' mom is real involved in wrestling, and she was lobbying with me to see if we could get that weight class put in there, but I don't have a lot of pull with FILA, so Bill probably does. But
oh, yeah. You know, the millions of dollars that I have sitting around, I just kind of throw it around and get what I want with
that
FILA.
Montana money he's got.
Yeah. A little scramble coming off a front headlock to no points.
Well, if you'd have won your world title about 5 years later, you'd have had a lot more money in your bank account.
Trying to get that Living the Dream Medal Fund to be retroactive. But unfortunately, I'm not getting any traction there.
So Butler up 4-1, 50 seconds left in the first period. Big, tall, long kid.
Scoring a 1-point push out and a 3-point arm throw.
Pretty good heavyweight in the house this weekend. Tolly Thompson, national champ for UNI, world bronze medalist. Talking to him, UNI doing well. They're kind of programs on the rise a little bit. Doug Schwab, Olympian and world team member, taking over.
Bringing his brother in, Mark Schwab, who's got a solid reputation. And having Tolly around doesn't hurt either. So Miller scoring a 1-point takedown. Ooh, and throwing a crossface from the nickel seats.
So 3 seconds to go. Oh, frustration there.
Yeah.
4-2. Butler wins that first period.
That last little score, Butler stepped in on a snatch single, and Miller sprawling and coming around behind for the score, and then with a crossface that I think started.
So these
started back in Minnesota.
These cadet world teamers, they'll have a camp in Colorado then before they head out to Azerbaijan.
Yeah,
how's that going to work?
We have a world team training camp in August, the 12th through our departure date, which will be probably the 19th. And then I invited them all to the 2016 Olympic training camp, which is a developmental camp to impact, we call it 2016 because it's athletes who would be, gunning for 2016. Really, those kids will be 2020 athletes. Butler scoring a 1-point. A headlock pushing him out of bounds.
And a lot of those kids you had on your cadet world team, they've landed Division I scholarships. Jordan Rogers at Oklahoma State, and Thomas Gilman's going to Iowa.
Nice arm drag to a double leg by Butler, and straight to his back for 3 points going out of bounds.
So a number of your studs from last year, going on to the college ranks, still doing well in freestyle also.
Yeah. Last year's cadet team was an excellent team, and many of those kids, 4 or 5 of them, have gone to the top Division I schools. Another arm drag to an inside trip for 1 point, and then a 2-point gut wrench going out of bounds for the tech fall. Butler really exploded in the second period.
So Butler is your champion. Haven't heard a lot about this kid. He's an impressive kid, big, tall, really nice-looking frame. Probably plays some offensive tackle, I'm guessing.
And pretty agile. Does a lot of level changes. Good movement for a big, tall kid, but he's really opening some eyes here this weekend.
So that'll do it for the FILA Cadet Nationals freestyle competition. Just, Bill, your final thoughts. Good event.
You know, it was a great tournament. A lot of exciting wrestling, like we said at the beginning. A quality field from top to bottom. For me, it's super exciting and encouraging to see what we got coming through the ranks. And also excited about the opportunity to work with these young guys and try to get them to help them accomplish their goals and set them on a path for future success.
Sounds great. Best of luck, Bill, and good luck with the training. Good luck with the competition this summer.
Thanks a lot, Craig. Appreciate it.
Regards to Broadway. Where's my pen at? I bet it's over there on the table. I'm gonna go get it.
We're done here, right?
No. They're sending university matches over to us. They changed off on us.
Yes, sir. Cadets are finished, but I think they're going to send some university.
No, it is not.
Somebody did that. I was so mad.
2 seconds? Just going to make sure.
There's a book to send over from the university.
Oh, that would be nice.
That's what they told me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
There you
Well,
go.
yeah, I checked on it.
There were no red balls in there.
I checked on it to make sure.
You pulling some of that FILA stuff, man. Got a Russian wrestling American. The Russians
We would
red.
pull out another one, another blue one.
Yeah, and you'd be sitting going, okay, hold on. You're all done with FILA Cadet. That's good.
No, the official
Or you said the official draw.
the official
Okay.
kid was from we lost in the finals here.
And all that came about because 2 South American referees were cheating.
I'm ready to go home too.
sophomore college?
No, grade. Like rep.
2.
You're a 2? How come you're a 2?
Why wouldn't I be a 2?
I'm a better official than you.
You're 4. Now let me have my yellow card. Or I would choke you out and take it out from your pocket while you're unconscious.
I have my yellow. You have your yellow card.
You have the yellow card.
You have a yellow card.
You have the yellow card.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you.
Should I go to matches?
Yeah, and it's in everybody.
I've already recorded you.
FILA Cadet coaches that need outstanding balance. Outstanding wrestler balance up here.
It's the same thing.
The head table as soon as you can.
How do you know? Have you been measured? You measure it and shoot? Is your whole life about wrestling? Get off. Are you D2 or D1? Get off my foot. Douchebag. Stop. I'm gonna hit you with the ball. You have your card.
No, I have your card.
Oh, thanks. I got 2 yellow cards. Here you go.
Your card is cut off. Mine is not.
I'm just mad because my card was cooler than yours. Take your card back, sir. Hello. Sir, give me your card one more time. I'm going to have the red card. Have this.
Or not. There you go.
Actually, I am. I believe that I was hitting shit out. Was I not? Alright.
That's a pity move.
I didn't even want to rep in the first place. Hello. Take your card. I don't want this.
It's like it sits from here to that gate here.
Right, yeah. You see ball.
So it gets that ocean
Where's that jersey?
beads. I'm gonna go check everybody else, see if they need breaks. Looks like they're finishing.
Calm the F down. I have more events than you.
I go to college. I have crap to do.
Oh, absolutely.
You're an M2. You're a freshman in high school. You have nothing to do.
Please. I have more of a social life than you.
Really, we're going to run
You're an M2. And I have more. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, I'd leave it alone. God. He knows you can go here. Out of us two. Well, it's pretty hard to be doing.
Cadet coaches, I need the OW award sheets turned in as soon as possible, please.
The only reason he will ever become a good referee is because if he was tutoring.
I know you're going to say it for me that. He was playing for it. We were online.
Exactly.
Where's the other stream?
It's there somewhere.
Okay.
So,
As long as you,
actually...
you or Larry